So hey guys, and
Yeah.
welcome back to another Acts 72 video, and in today's video I'm back with another interview and I'm here with George Rogers. George, how are we?
Yeah, good, thank you, mate. Yeah, good, thank you for having me on.
It is a pleasure, thank you very much. And so, am I right in saying you're a 27-year-old super welterweight who's won 23 and 2?
Yes, mate. Yeah. I've had a lot of them fights in quite a short period, being on the road and stuff. So yeah, just over. I turned pro September 21. No, 21. Yeah, so 21. So we're now December 20, January. Sorry, 23, aren't we? So in quite a short period of time. Yeah, I've had all those fights.
Alright, great. Well, if you are new around here and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do indeed like the video, and let's get straight into it. So, I'm going to start off with the question which I always like to ask. Why did you start boxing?
Why did you start boxing? Good question. I'm not sure I know either, to be fair. It's not like I'm an hard case or... well, I don't know. I went to, when I was a kid, I went to Chris Pyatt's gym in Leicester. He had a gym right in the centre of Leicester. I think I just wanted to toughen up, really.
Yeah.
And it was hard people around there and stuff. And I did have a bit more of a knack to boxing, actually, than I did other sports. I knew how to duck and dive and throw punches. I don't know. I was actually a bit more natural than I was at other sports. So I think because I was a little bit natural at it, I stuck with it, really. I suppose. Yeah.
That's fair. And so, did you kind of go down the amateur route? And if you did, do you remember what happened in your first amateur fight?
No, so I didn't. No, I didn't go down the amateur route. So I boxed. I didn't actually compete, but I did a little bit as a kid, and then did one of them charity white collar fights at 20 to 21. I suppose because I'd done a bit. Well, not that I showed that when I fought, because of the nerves and everything for your first fight, but because I'd done a bit, I suppose I knew what I was doing. I'd lost quite a bit of weight as well training for it. I got around that age, I'd put a bit of weight on and it all came off doing that. So I just got the real bug for it. Yeah, I got the real bug for it and then loved it really ever since. Yeah.
Definitely, that's great. And so from your kind of fights so far, you said that you've been on the road a bit. And so what is it like being an away fighter for fights?
It's tough. It's tough. I love that feeling. I think people ask me why I do it. That's the feeling that you do. Is before that hour or so before, your body really has to kick into its sort of fight or flight system. Are you going to fight and have a go and deal with everything because you've got somebody who's trained there for 12 weeks to take your head off? Are you going to keep your bottle and train and fight back, or are you not? And I just absolutely love that feeling. Got no, do you know what I mean? No small gloves, fast on, do you know what I mean? You're ready to go, and I just love that feeling so much.
Definitely, it's good to hear. And so, well, you have gotten the singular victory so far. And so, how big of an achievement was getting that victory?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I've made a couple. My idea is to make a couple of changes this year. I suppose because it was just when I turned pro, I fought so often. What I found myself doing was just getting fit enough to get through the rounds, so I could fight as often as I wanted, fight as often as I could, and I suppose earn money. This year, I've made some changes in stuff to really work on my boxing to hopefully then go and pick up a few more wins, even though it is difficult in fighting away, and they've built up to that fight in a certain period of time. But I've made a couple of changes in my boxing this year that hopefully that'll increase more. I hope that I'll increase from that. But yeah, it was a brilliant feeling, mate. It'll be a life dream achieved, really.
Definitely. And so, well, you've always been, or you are seemingly a very resilient fighter. And so, am I right in saying you've never been stopped before?
Never been stopped yet. No, not yet. No, I don't think I haven't been put down yet as a full knockdown. So, yeah, I must be, I think, built with a very solid head. If it's nothing else, yeah.
I was kind of wondering if you've kind of always been that resilient.
One thing I naturally do find is I can get myself very fit. So I can run a good 5k time. I can run a good 10k. I can, if it's like a fitness circuit that's less muscular endurance, more cardiovascular based, I can keep going. So I think my natural attributes and my fitness really helps me with that, in the fact that I recover. If I do get a shot landed, I recover really quickly because I'm so super fit. I've always been able to get super fit. Yeah.
That's good to hear. And so, speaking about attributes and stuff like that, what would you say is your best attributes?
Yeah, probably that. Probably very resilient. I'm very stubborn. Do you know what I mean? I don't like. Do you know what I mean? I know. If I've got fights booked in, I don't want to lose fights. Do you know what I mean? If I've got fights again, I don't want to lose fights. I wouldn't want 28 days as a suspension. And I think my resilience and my fitness would be the two. If I say I'm going to do something, so if I say I'm going to get through 4 rounds with somebody, and I've got that in mind, I'd feel low. I'd neglect myself, and I'd feel low about myself if I didn't achieve that target. So I think my resilience and my fitness would be the best two. But like I say, this year I really am hoping to work on the technical aspect and the power aspect, that I can pull a few more wins off. Yeah,
definitely. And so, well, the whole kind of thing of being somewhat of a journeyman can be quite tough. And so, what would you say is motivating you at the moment?
What's motivating me? I want to get to 100 fights. So I want to get, like I say, it's about setting a target and then going to reach that target. So I want to get to 100 fights. I bought a house in Nottingham when I started boxing. I like to, by the time I've finished, I'm not getting too far away, but by the time I've finished, I'd like to have paid my mortgage off.
Wow.
So basically, any money through boxing gets used, and then I can always look back in the future and say boxing got me that asset. And I'm sort of well on the way to that as well. So that's a big part as well. Just look back and also the memories as well. And me team. I've got my trainer Nathan and my manager Scott, and we're good pals. So it's like we have do you know what I mean? Go and have a laugh at these, and it's like being out with the lads. So just build up the memories as well. I think,
definitely, that's great. And so you've had saying how active you were last year, you seemingly, if I'm right in saying your next fight is March 18th?
March 18th, I think we're on about maybe getting one, it's not on box rec yet, but getting booked in for February the 10th. Okay. So I need to start eating a bit better than what I've been doing today. I've sparred this morning and I had a bit of a spare tyre around my waist that weren't there, so I'm going to have to wear that off over January, ready for Feb, hopefully.
Fair enough. And so, as you have been fighting so regularly, what do you kind of do? Do you do anything different to kind of? I suppose you'll do more running or something like that to keep in shape to be able to constantly fight that many times in a year.
Yeah. So I think So to do what I do, the key thing is you need to be either depending on how many rounds you're fighting. If you can keep your fitness to a certain level, because you can't get your body to peak. As regular those that fight like 3 times a year, you can't physically do that because just life doesn't, as you'll know, life doesn't work like that, does it? You have good periods and you have bad periods. You can't. You go through really good quarters and then you'll have bad one, and then you'll have a couple of good quarters on the spin. So you can't. But if you can always stay super fit, you know you can get through the rounds when it's going to get hard. Like I said, the idea this year is I've made some changes with my training and stuff to where I can hopefully substantiate more by doing more of the boxing and keeping that more regularly. Because what I was doing last year, I was just getting myself super fit all the time. Problem is, I got through the fights as you've seen and stuff, but I didn't pull off as many upsets. Or if I'm fighting a prospect and I needed to give a bit of dig back, sometimes my dig weren't enough because I was just getting myself I was doing what was required to be fit enough to get through the fight. So that's the big thing for those going on the road. It's being fit enough and knowing what's required to get through, and then making sure you can hit those targets. But as I keep alluding to back this year, when I mean this, when I say it, I want to be able to build from that and then be able to pick up a few more wins. If there's a big TV show that gets called and there's a really highly touted prospect, I'd like to say, right, we can take that because we think we're good enough. Do you know what I mean? And then the money will come more with that as it comes. Yeah.
Definitely. And so, well, you have been in is it 20, 25, 26? My math's not too good, but 25, 26 fights so far. And so, out of all of them, which one would you say has been your toughest?
Michael Hennessy Jr.
Okay.
Aston Villa Park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Villa Park.
Mm-hmm.
He was good. Alfie Winter was good. One of Dean White's shows. And then I fought... Actually, there's quite a few actually. I fought Sahirik Pal recently that was trained by Anthony Croller.
Mm-hmm.
He was good. I thought I got through that. Thinking I was going to be tough in the first round, but and then I fought a guy called Dennis Nerja in December 21 over 4 rounds, and he was good. So they're the 4 I'd handpicked so far. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry if I've used names and I weren't meant to, but they're the 4 I'd handpicked. Is that all right?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, and so I'll leave with this final question, which I always like to ask. You've got a little bit of a platform here. Would you like to shout anything out?
Yeah, just big thank you to Scott Kalo Promotions. Big thank you to Nathan. Started doing a little bit of training with Unity Boxing Club in Leicester. And then just my sponsors, I've got Kaiko International, they're really good. I've got Valley View Cars, Rebels Gym, and I'm going to get in trouble for not saying a few more. There's just say I'll put on my social media my sponsors. Big thank you to all my sponsors, so I should have them. Thank you to all the sponsors and stuff.
Mm-hmm, definitely, great. Okay, well, thank you again, mate.
Yeah, bro. Cool. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Yes.
Okay, well, if you are new around here and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do need like the video, and thanks for watching.